Mohamed Bachir EL IBRAHIMI is one of the prominent figures in thought and literature in the Arab world, and one of the great individuals born from this noble land. He was a writer who adopted the ideas of liberating Arab peoples from colonialism and freeing minds from ignorance and superstition. Mohamed Bachir EL IBRAHIMI was born on June 14, 1889, in the village of Ould Ibrahim near the Wilaya of Borj Bu Ararij. He received his early education in his village, memorizing the Quran by the age of 9. He also studied various texts in jurisprudence and language under the guidance of his uncle, Sheikh Mohamed Al-Makki EL IBRAHIMI, and memorized many poetry collections. After the death of his uncle, EL IBRAHIMI became a teacher at the young age of 14, which reflects his exceptional ability and aptitude for the position. He left Algeria in 1911 for the Holy Lands, where his father had preceded him. On his way there, he stayed briefly in Cairo, during which he met the Egyptian poets Ahmed Shawki and Hafez Ibrahim. In Medina, he continued his education, further enhancing his knowledge and scholarship. It was there that he met Abdelhamid Ben Badis and Al-Tayyib al-Akbi for the first time. This meeting laid the foundation for the establishment of the Association of Algerian Muslim Scholars later in Algeria in 1931. In 1916, EL IBRAHIMI left Medina for Damascus, where he worked as a teacher and participated in the establishment of the Scientific Academy, which aimed to Arabize government administration. Notably, Prince Faisal bin al-Sharif Hassan offered him the position of Minister of Education in Medina, but he declined this tempting offer because his love for his homeland and his duty to liberate it from the scourge of colonialism compelled him to return to Algeria in 1920. Upon his return, he began advocating for reform and spreading religious education in his town, calling for the establishment of a mosque. He lectured in cities and villages, instilling hope in the hearts of Algerians and resisting all colonial schemes. In 1924, Abdelhamid Ben Badis proposed to EL IBRAHIMI the idea of establishing the Association of Algerian Muslim Scholars. EL IBRAHIMI was chosen as the vice president and was tasked with spreading reform in western Algeria, particularly in the city of Oran. He began building free schools where he gave lessons and lectures and constructed more than 200 mosques. His success in this mission alerted the colonial authorities, who arrested and exiled him to a flue in 1940. Despite his exile, he was elected president of the Association of Algerian Muslim Scholars following the death of Ben Badis. Even with repeated arrests, torture and suffering, EL IBRAHIMI continued to uphold the association's mission, building schools and reviving the newspaper Al-Basair. His writings in Al-Basair reflected the aspirations of the Algerian nation, showcasing his exceptional skill and eloquence. In 1948, he founded the Abdelhamid Ben Badis Institute in Constantine to honor his late companion. This institute became a launching point for student missions to Syria and Egypt, where EL IBRAHIMI sought assistance from Arab countries to help these students complete their studies at universities. One of the main objectives of this remarkable man was to expose the true face of colonialism, both domestically and internationally. He traveled across Arab and Islamic countries, explaining during his journeys the tragic situation in the Maghreb region in general, and Algeria in particular. He was a diplomatic figure, and due to his scientific and literary abilities, he became admired by intellectuals across the East, especially in Egypt, where he supported Arab causes against colonialism, particularly the Palestinian cause. After independence, Bachir EL IBRAHIMI returned to his homeland and settled in the capital. Due to his health condition and the circumstances surrounding him, he was unable to continue his scholarly and reformist activities. There is no doubt that the Algerians have not forgotten the first Friday after independence, when Sheikh EL IBRAHIMI delivered a sermon on the occasion of the reopening of the Quechua Mosque, which the colonial forces had previously converted into a church. Sheikh Bachir EL IBRAHIMI passed away on Thursday, May 19, 1965. His name will forever be associated with that of Abdelhamid Ben Badis. May God's mercy be upon them both. Among his famous sayings, the Arabic language in Algeria is neither foreign, it is at home in its own land, deeply rooted in the past, intertwined with the present, and its branches will spread into the future. Some of his most important works include Uyun al-Basair, The Legend of the Kahina of the Auras,